I'm gonna do a quick introduction about myself and my role in the training. We'll do quick introductions for you guys because there's so many. We'll keep it short, and then we'll get started. So here's the training we're doing today. So just a little bit about me. I've had my LCSW for about 8 years now, and I've been working in the therapy field for about 15 years. My first 10 years were focused on residential treatment. Does everybody know what residential treatment is? Basically, a place for kids to go when their needs are so high that they can no longer be at home. Or a lot of the kids that I work with, little kids that couldn't even be in foster care because the foster families couldn't handle them, and then they would go into residential treatment center with trained staff working with them until we could get them back into homes again. So basically, I've got a lot more experience working with high social emotional needs kids than I do with normal children. So it's always really fun for me to come into the centers and get to see normal kids doing what normal kids do, running around and playing and not having to be as closely supervised as what we did in residential treatment. But basically that 10 years has really taught me a lot, and look forward to helping you guys implement some of those same skills. The last 5 or 6 years I've focused on animal-assisted psychotherapy, primarily with children between the ages of 4 and 10 years old who have been victims of trauma, abuse, or adopted. So again, I'm really working with just kind of the highest need kids. And I also have extensive experience working with offenders and victims of sexual abuse. I have certification working with juvenile sexual offenders, and that's kind of what led me to working with victims. But that's just to let you know a little bit about me. You guys are experts in what you do. You're experts in managing classrooms and taking care of children and structuring centers. My expertise is really the social emotional piece, working with high needs kids and helping kids build those social emotional skills. Like Karen said, as we get going, I kind of get on a roll, and I love to talk about these things, but please stop me if you have questions, especially if there's anything you feel like you disagree with, or you think, I'm not sure if that's quite right, because a lot of times that might just be a way that I'm communicating something, and so I really like for people to stop me and ask questions, so we can all get on the same page with everything. So my current role is I'm an early childhood mental health specialist working at MindSprings Health. So this role is funded through the state. The state believes that this is the best place for us to put investment into social and emotional skills for kids because there aren't a lot of state dollars going into daycares and preschools. This is a place that the state can put money and try to give you guys some extra assistance. I think of it kind of like I'm a roving school counselor because you guys don't have that kind of school counselor role. So I'm someone who can come into the center and give you guys some extra assistance working with kids that are maybe showing they have higher social emotional needs, struggling in the daycare or preschool environment, at risk for expulsion, or also just kids that you might be worried about, just thinking something doesn't seem quite right and you want an extra opinion. I can come in, work with you, work with your center, work with your classrooms, and also hopefully work with that kid's family to kind of help everybody work together and solve whatever problem is going on. And I can also work with your centers, just helping you build the social emotional piece in the classroom, giving you feedback on how you're doing with that, and working to just strengthen your overall program. So I'll just kind of be shamelessly plugging my role as we go because it is all funded through grant money, and I have to validate my existence by working with you guys. So it doesn't cost you guys anything, and I want to come in and help you because that's what keeps my role going. So. All right, so why are we here? I know you guys are all here because you got to cram these 3 hours in, but we're going to try to make the best use of that time. So we want to recognize the importance of identification and intervention with social emotional issues. Hopefully try to gain a new perspective on things and give you guys some new ideas that you don't already have. We're going to talk a lot about the difference between relationship-based approach versus behaviorism. We're going to discuss some underlying theories such as attachment. We're also going to consider the impact that we might have on children's overall health and growth. Hopefully help give you guys a little understanding of brain physiology, just a little bit of that. And then recognize my role hopefully at least find one new tool or something you can do different or something you can go back and add to what you're already doing. Because I know everybody here is already doing a really great job, so just kind of trying to find a few things that you guys can take back that might help you. And then finally, to emphasize the incredible power of human connection. All right, so there's a lot of us here today, so we're going to do quick introductions, just because it kind of helps us get in sync with each other. If everybody knows who's here, it kind of just helps create a comfort level that gets everybody ready for learning. So we're going to just keep it short. We'll just, if we can go around, say your name, the center that